Televised sports production has been the same for a long time, but now it's changing. Meet IQ Sports Producer from IQ Video Solutions. With the power of artificial intelligence, professional productions can now be created without an on-site camera crew and thus at a fraction of the cost. The AI has a high level of automation. It tracks both the ball and the players. It overlays the scoreboard and graphics, and it creates highlights and replays. High quality, easy and affordable sports production has never been so easy. Tap into new possibilities with IQ Sports Producer from IQ Video Solutions.
Well, welcome to our Mobile Viewpoint webinar this afternoon. By way of introduction, my name is Mark Andrews. I'm a Global Sales Manager here at Mobile Viewpoint. Michel?
Hi, I'm Michel Wise, Managing Director of Mobile Viewpoint, and here together with Mark to present you our new ideas and solutions.
Sure. So just by way of housekeeping, everyone's on mute, so feel free to make as much noise as you like. We will have a Q&A session at the end, so my plan is to give a quick 5-minute presentation. Then I'm going to have a little interview session with Michel here, talk about history and future going forward. But at the end, we'll have a Q&A session. So at the bottom in the box in Zoom, there's the opportunity to write some questions in there, so feel free to write questions as we go along. But first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. So the purpose of the webinar really is that we're going to talk about a major launch that we're doing. But I wanted to put that in context. So a little bit, I want to talk a bit about the history of the company, what we've been doing, and then sort of move forward into the future a little bit and announce our big launch. So Mobile Viewpoint company just celebrated our 10-year anniversary.
Yes, yeah, that's quite a milestone actually. It was last September more or less during IBC time. We had planned a big party, a big fiesta, but that did not happen, of course, due to the whole COVID problems. But yeah, everybody knows it, and we will do it definitely next year, hopefully. Hopefully this September next year we are all got rid of COVID and we can do it again. But actually we are here for 10 years, and actually the whole company business is already there for 12 years. But really, as a separate company alone, it's 10 years now.
So we're going to plan on having a good Dutch party with
Dutch
beer, Dutch cheese.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, excellent. Good. So for the last 10 years, obviously Mobile Viewpoint started out as an encoder product. And really the problem they were solving was the idea for sports, live news, where in the past they would have an OB truck with a satellite dish. All of a sudden, we developed a mobile device that could go in a backpack and able to live stream over multiple cellular or mobile networks. Obviously, back then it was 3G, then 4G, and obviously now we're looking at 5G. And as a company, we really sort of have innovation in our blood. So like for this year, for example, we were the first to market with a multi-camera encoder, so a single encoder supporting multiple cameras, but also the ability to support 4K, 5G, video return, all these sort of extra features and functions that people like to have as part of their sort of remote production setup. So there in the slide, for example, we got the AirLink, which is our flagship product on the left, which is the mobile encoder, but also the TerraLinks as well. And with those, we're supporting RCP and other remote production functionality. And on the right, we have the Trolley Live, for example. So especially with COVID and a lot of people being forced to work from home, presenters, journalists, and really looking for a professional live stream. So here we have a unit, it's a camera, an encoder, a screen, all in one box. It just pops out, all remotely managed. So the presenter doesn't have to be technical, but again, being able to provide that very professional live stream. And selling all our units around the world, we sort of built up, well, I guess from nothing in 10 yeyears ago to where we are today.
Yeah, we started with a very computer with some modems to stick in until a dedicated hardware with aluminium milled casings and multiple synchronized video inputs. So yeah, we came from a long way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are really proud of it, I think.
But for those of you who know Mobile Viewpoint, you're probably aware in the last sort of year or two, we've really been developing as a side stream our AI technology as well. So at the moment, we have a couple of AI platforms. We have the vPilot. So the vPilot, for example, is what we have here in the studio. So I actually have a 5-camera production system here, but all driven by AI. So not a camera person here, not a director. Again, the AI is taking control of that. And the other platform, which I showed at the start there with the new promotion video we have, is IQ Sports Producer. Again, utilizing AI, it's a camera, sits above the field of play, and it can automatically track the players, track the action, and create a professional production. And again, what these both have in common, no camera people, no director. And so it's really enabling, so with the sports production, for example, it's enabling those tier 3, tier 4, the women's sports, the youth sports, the training games that in the past couldn't live stream because they didn't have the resource or budget. Now, using our technology, you can really create a compelling production, but at a fraction of a cost of what a traditional OB truck or remote production crew would charge. So, big drum roll. This is our major announcement, is IQ Video Solutions. You might have seen the brand in the video. You might be thinking, ooh, who was IQ Video Solutions? So what we've decided to do as a company is to take those AI products and put them under a separate brand. In this case, it's IQ Video Solutions. So the encoder market will stay under Mobile Viewpoint, which we're definitely committed to going forward. And we've taken the AI technologies and what we plan for the future will be coming under that IQ Video Solutions banner. So what does that mean? Well, I don't know if anyone's been online recently, but we've actually just developed a couple of new websites. So the Mobile Viewpoint website, as of last week, has been totally redone. We have a brand new look and feel to the mobile video website. But alongside that as well, we now have the IQ Video Solutions website as well. And obviously with the new branding comes the new data sheets, new social media channels, but we're still a part of Mobile Viewpoint. So for our resellers and distributors who are thinking, you know, will I be dealing with different people? No, it'd still be us. So we're still the face of the company, but we'll be just representing the two brands now as well.
But we will add, of course, new people to the company, especially for mobile, for IQ Video Solutions. So there will be responsible for dedicated support, and also will be people with a sports background. We discovered, of course, people trying to contact us, sometimes not even find the solution on our website because they were hidden between all our mobile encoders. And also they are a different kind of customers. Of course, our traditional production customers understand this, but sports clubs and leagues, they heard about us, but they couldn't really find us. And also they did not have the idea that we were really on their sports level. So we are changing that by putting it in a dedicated website, dedicated brand name, and also we'll get dedicated salespeople and dedicated support people for it. But it will also be part of the Mobile Viewpoint family.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a different proposition, and that's why we thought, well, you got the core business with the encoder market serving a particular need, but obviously the AI will serve potentially a different market as well with the different people. So the AI products, these are the AI products that will be coming under the IQ Video Solutions, but also actually another drum roll, I think.
Yeah. This is the most important thing, I think, of the whole branding, but go ahead, Mark.
We'll be announcing some new IQ products as well. So the first thing, MyTeamStream. Perhaps, Michelle, you want to explain what this is?
That's an online streaming platform comparable with YouTube, but with the ability to actually really sell subscriptions. So your fans and your club fans can really take a subscription on the platform, and against a monthly fee, they can watch your content. But also the big benefit compared to the free available social media is that you can get some return of investment. So you can get some money back for all the production costs you made to get your teams online. But secondly, you can do advertisement, you can do more attention for your sponsors, which of course is not allowed on YouTube nor Facebook or the other free platforms. So it enables you actually to earn back some money from your investments, also create a community. So you can also customize the interface on our platform with your own logos and your own look and feel. And also it gives you the ability to get paid via big platforms like PayPal in the credit card. So it's really internationally. And for the streaming, we are using actually a combination of Azure and level 3 streaming. So it's worldwide available in high quality and in different bit rates. So we think we're really going to introduce here a new kind of YouTube, but dedicated for the sports, with a module, with a return of investment module.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess some of the smaller sports clubs in the past, they've had to make their money through selling sausage rolls or whatever. Now they can
especially these days when those sausage rolls entrances are closed, you're not allowed to sell anymore in your cantina. So now using our platform, you can still make some money out of your sponsors and also out of your public and your fans.
It really gives you the ability to monetize your content. And again, it's under the IQ sports production platform, so it's all automated. Everything can be remotely managed. So again, you don't necessarily have to send people to sites in order to film and to take up this platform.
Yeah. So we're entering the online streaming market, Mark.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm excited. The second thing announced, second drum roll, is IQ Sports Analytics.
Yeah, IQ Sports Analytics is not something we totally make ourselves. We do it together with a partner from the Netherlands, actually a company already working on the sport analytics for quite some time. Actually, it's managed by an ex-professional soccer player. And together with him, we're going to build up an online platform for analytics and coaching tools. Because we received, of course, as said, a lot of requests from leagues and from sport clubs. And next to live streaming, they also want to do something with analytics for coaches. And of course, that wasn't something we didn't have. And also, we didn't really have the knowledge of. So now, together with this partner, we are also going to present a completely standalone training and enhancement platform for sports. We will start with soccer, but as you can see, we also add ice hockey and other kinds of sports to it as soon as there is a demand for.
Okay, and these two platforms, Michelle, when do you think they'll be available?
We're now testing with the streaming platforms under test, so we expect to get it live somewhere in the end of January. So we also approach dedicated customers to try it out themselves. And with the sports analytics, it will be also around the same time, perhaps a little bit later. But we are building it now, and it needs also some input, of course, from our customers if they like it and what they are missing. And it will be also on the back end integrated with a link matrix. So although you don't see the link matrix, there is a dedicated integration for management and support.
Excellent. Okay. Well, that sort of concludes the presentation side of things and the announcements. Obviously, new branding, new products, sort of quite a lot coming in the pipeline. Now, as next part of this webinar, really what I wanted to do was just a quick Q&A session with Michelle. I've only been with the company, well, less than a year now. Michelle, I mean, you are the brains, the person, the CEO, the MD, the CTO, the product manager. This is your baby from the start, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
That's right. No, not totally my baby, but it was somebody else's baby, which I adopted quite quickly when it was born.
Okay.
So I took over the responsibilities to make it into an own product range and company, actually.
So Michelle, how did it start? How did it come about, and what have you seen since?
Yeah, no, it started actually with the idea just to using standard 3G data for sending live video from a driving car. So we call it mobile webcam. But quite soon we discovered that although the idea was very good, the bandwidth was not really available to do this at high quality. And then we took the idea from the ISDN age to really bond different channels together to get more bandwidth. And that was actually the start of the whole product. Okay. And in the beginning, it was only security. And then we started with of course, with broadcasters who were really innovative. And they really liked it. But then the bigger broadcasters were really a little bit afraid of it. So that, this is nothing for us. But yeah, I think we end at something that's almost a commodity. If you now do live news, you buy an bonding equipment, not even only from us, but from other competitors as well. Sure. But that you just buy a satellite vehicle to do live news, I think that's really past.
Yeah, I think so too. So I've got some photos here that I can share from the time gone past a little bit. So I guess this is back in 2013, I think.
Yeah, that's 2013, IBC 2013. And we are on the back of the IBC halls, I think hall 3. And that's where we try to sell our stuff in a quite minimal booth, as you could see. But there was a lot of interest. And of course, especially at that time, it was really revolutionary what we did. And also after we worked with the BBC on the torch relay live for the Olympics. So that's, of course, where all the interest is coming from. And it was a huge success. And also the start of the huge sales. Yeah. This is a bit later. I don't know even which trade show it was, but we were growing and did many trade shows around Europe and also in the US and Asia to promote our products. And also you see quite a few times our aerial, our dome antenna, looks like a rocket launcher, but really helped quite a lot of our customers to get live in difficult areas.
Well, I guess the one thing you can't guarantee is the cellular network, can you? But you can certainly mitigate against having poor signal by using this.
Yeah, we never sell you a 100% solution. We try to sell you the best possible using public available mobile networks.
Excellent. And here I think we have an award. Yeah.
Yeah, this was also an award actually together with some people from the BBC, where we got an award for doing this live production of the torch relay, driving all the way through the UK with a lot of spotty coverage locations, but we're still able to manage to bring I think 80 or 85% live footage.
Excellent. And we've actually put that video on our new website from the BBC as well. So if it's interesting, it's there. But Michelle, obviously going forward and with IQ Video Solutions, what's the future for Mobile Viewpoint? You're still committed as an encoder company?
Yeah, with Mobile Viewpoint, we continue to innovate on our current mobile encoders. So remote production will still stay key and will be even more key, I think, in the upcoming months. And then I hope we can do again a little bit more sports and other events. We will also enhance, of course, our current encoders with the 5G. And the next big opportunity, of course, with 5G, bringing the delay really down. And also you can something have local loop. So then the delay gets even shorter, that you get in the space of the wireless camera business. So the traditional COFDM transmitters, we will also step in that business. So we will provide the transmitters with perhaps only 1 or 2 or 3 connections based on all 5G. So you can replace on a lower cost the wireless cameras.
So lower costs, more reliability, and also lower latency.
Yeah, lower latency. Of course, it will never be the 0 milliseconds that you can go to COFDM or the 2 or 3 milliseconds, but it will be close. And especially for people having less budget available, this will be a very interesting solution. And that's also, I think, the focus of our company. We want to help you making productions lower cost and help you to do that still at a very high quality.
So given the success of Mobile Viewpoint, why IQ VS? Why the IQ products? What was the driver?
Yeah, it was the same reason actually behind it. We showed it to customers because we thought it could be very interesting to bring lower leaks we didn't get online now or get on TV now because of the production costs were too high, to still get it, to make it possible. And when we showed it at NAB, I think 3 years ago, we got a lot of interest of it, more than we actually expected. So we decided based on actually a kind of demo to really bring it into a product. That's where we are here now. And then also we decided, of course, as we are making our own stuff, we also try to make our own camera to make it possible to achieve the quality that broadcasters really need. Because we already talked about those sports clubs and leagues. They are more than happy with a 25 frames per second camera and also just push it online. They are more than happy with that. Yeah. But our real big production customers that are our customers already for the last 10 years, they require a higher quality. And that's where all those dedicated stuff is coming from, this dedicated high quality camera and also other things to come actually on that level.
And I get a lot of those sort of big organizations, they buy the media sports rights for everything, don't they? But they sort of tend to focus on the tier one. And
you buy a basket of rights most time, and sometimes you have the obligation even to bring everything live, and then you see, of course, that those broadcasters struggle with the 50% of matches that are not really high quality and will attract perhaps sometimes only 20 or 30 viewers. And you cannot not only send one cameraman to the pitch, it's just too expensive. And also what is now the interesting thing with the analytics part is that you can also set that camera in a specific pitch or location or venue. And then you can give the club also the capabilities to access the camera also for the analytics part. So it's a win-win situation for both the production company and the club. Yeah. So then it's also for the production companies able to share the cost with the clubs.
Okay. And going forward, I guess from my perspective, the encoder market is obviously a 10-year-old market. It's quite mature, but the AI market is right at the beginning of its life cycle. I feel like we're only scratching the surface a little bit.
That's totally right, of course. I think you actually, what you see coming from universities and actually used out there as examples that they are able to do now, it's a very interesting future, Mark. We can do more and more. Now we're only talking about recognizing the ball and the players, but we know you can actually recognize individual people if the camera is good enough in quality. So I'm really interested in the technology, and I see a very interesting opportunity both for the IQ Sport but also for the WMT business, because one of our very important things for next year is doing automatic AI in the WMTs, so you can create automatic metadata, not only from who's in front of the camera, but also what's in the background, cars driving, red car, bicycles, so that you can later on search automatically through your content for specific scenes.
Okay. I've certainly seen even in the last few months, obviously what we started out as just ball games, indoor sports, outdoor sports, has already evolved into training the air as to what a horse is. So for horse jumping, horse racing, dressage.
Yeah, we're doing more and more sports. So we now have available horse jumping and horse riding and also cycling in an oval. So the velodrome type of sports, and we're adding more sports on that level. And especially with horse riding, in the past it was a big problem to get it live on TV. So they had to start even their own TV channel sometimes for it. And now they're able to bring more and more live horse riding on TV with a minimal investment in costs.
Excellent. So the future's bright.
Yeah, the future is bright for both the WMT and for the IQ Sport. And that's also the reason we are making it a new brand with even its own personnel on it.
Excellent. I was going to say the future's bright, the future's orange, but I think that tagline's already been taken by
somebody
telco.
else. Yeah, we cannot copy that one, but
No.
we love it still.
Absolutely. Good. Okay. Well, that sort of ends the Q&A, my Q&A session with Michelle now. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. We do have a couple already. So let me just put in here. When will all the features be available?
Yeah, we touched that briefly. So the sports, the online streaming platform is actually ready, but it will become available commercially for everybody in January. We are now testing, and we want to smoke out all the last issues because it's a paid platform, so we cannot have issues with that. So if people pay, they only pay, and they also have to able to reimburse them if they complain. So that's all checked now at the moment. So a compliancy study. And the whole analytics platform, we do it together with a partner. So we also now depending a bit on somebody, on other people also doing their job. But it's quite soon actually, I think also in January, to be honest.
Okay.
We have customers waiting for it, so.
Yeah, that's true. Next question, how are you doing this webinar? It looks great. Well, thank you so much. So actually, this whole webinar has been driven through our Vpilot solution. So that is our AI platform. So actually, what I'm looking at in front of me is a 5-camera setup. We're actually using Panasonic cameras here, but with Vpilot, you're free to choose whichever PTZ camera you like, as long as it's FISCA compliant. And we have scanners here as well, so they know where we are. And the whole point of the AI, it decides on the production. So it has a virtual director. It's not a real director. And you can actually put your preferences in there on how you want your production set up. And then it automatically moves between the cameras and who's speaking. I have my V panel down here. So when I wanted to put those inserts in earlier with the pictures, I can just press a button. So the talent, if you can call us that, can do everything.
Yeah, the talent can actually manage the whole show. So he doesn't need any production assistance to get himself live on air, actually. So that's all. Yeah. And the interesting thing, of course, with the PTZ cameras, that you're already controlling it now live, but that's also something that you will see in the sport business in the future as well, that you, with AI, control live PTZ cameras instead of something from a panoramic camera.
Okay, that's quite an interesting thing. Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of the studio, we like to drink our own medicine, so we use our own technology. So, and it does work very well. Okay. Well, that does conclude the questions. So on that note, I would just like to thank everybody for joining us today to our new announcement. If you've got any questions, projects, whatever, feel free to contact us. Our details as before. Our general email is sales@mobileviewpoint.com, and then the whole sales team will get that. It's a good way of communicating with us, so feel free to contact us. Obviously, the website as well. We have two now, obviously, mobileviewpoint.com and iqvideosolutions.com. By all means, send us a query. On that note, Michelle, have you got anything last words?
No, stay in touch with us and wait for our next webinars in January, where we will talk a little bit more about our new WM2 innovations that will come up in 2021, actually.
There's a lot coming, a lot in the roadmap. All right, everyone, thanks very much for joining. And until next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.